बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम क़ाल रब्बी शरह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली इन्नल्लाहा व मलाइकतहू युसल्लूना अलन नबी या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू सल्लू अलैहि व सल्लिमू तस्लीमा। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वस्सलातु वस्सलाम अला रसूलिल्लाह व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। मैं हूँ ज़िदान हामिद और मैं आपसे मुखातिब हूँ जियो इस्लाम के प्लेटफॉर्म से, और मैं आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ प्यारे नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की प्यारी बातें। और हम इन प्यारी बातें से मैंने सेलेक्ट किया है अल-अर्बाईन अन-नवविया। So Al-Arba'in An-Nawawi, this is a collection of hadith, 40 ahadith by Imam An-Nawawi. There are actually 42, but it is coined 40 ahadith. So most of the scholars in the 12th, 11th century, they collected these 40 ahadith. So this started from one of the Taba Tabi'een, Abdullah ibn Mubarak, and then after that many other scholars had their collection of ahadith, 40 ahadith, and one of the most notable of them is the ahadith Al-Arba'in An-Nawawiyya. So Imam An-Nawawi, वो कौन थे? इमाम An-Nawawi, वो उनका असली नाम, उनका कुनिया अबू ज़करिया था, लेकिन उनका असली नाम अबू ज़करिया यहया इब्न शरफ An-Nawawi, that was his real name. और वो दमिश्क उधर से थोड़ा सा नियर था, एक विलेज, बहुत ही छोटा सा विलेज. इट वाज नॉट नोन फॉर, इट वाज नॉट अ वेरी स्कॉलरली सिटी, लेकिन एक छोटा सा विलेज था दमिश्क के साथ, उसका नाम था नवा. हेंस द नेम इमाम अन-नववी डिराइव्स फ्रॉम द सिटी ऑफ नवा. तो उधर इमाम नबी, जब आपको पता है 3 साल 4 साल 5 साल, when he was at that a very young age, he was often used to contemplate and think. He used to think, and one day Al-Marakushi, he was one of the very famous narrators, a historian. He narrated that I saw Imam Nawawi. He was the age of 8. The other boys were playing around him, but इमाम नववी was contemplating and thinking. वो सोच रहे थे और वो सिर्फ देख रहे थे और उधर सोच रहे थे. और जो other boys थे, all the other boys, they were teasing him and insisting him to join their games, but he started crying and he didn't go. He just started to contemplate and think, just see like this, okay? So that's when Al-Marakushi asked Imam An-Nawawi that why aren't you playing with the other people? With the other boys. He said, Ma khuliqna li dhalik. We were not created for this. हम इसके लिए बनाए नहीं गए थे. Then now Al-Marakashi tells Imam An-Nawawi's Quran teacher, and Imam An-Nawawi's Quran teacher tells his father. So then फिर उसके बाद 18 साल की एज में, जब when Imam An-Nawawi had totally सारी नॉलेज जो है नवा से ले ली थी, नवा में जो भी एजुकेशन हुई वो सारी ले ली थी, he basically exhausted his knowledge from Nawa. फिर उसके बाद हज के बाद वो चले गए डमस्कस, which is बगदाद उस वक़्त जब गोल्डन एज था इस्लाम का, पैक्स इस्लामी का, वो एक बहुत ही बड़ा सेंटर और हब ऑफ लर्निंग था, जहाँ यूरोप से भी आते थे लोग लर्न करने के लिए. उधर इतना बड़ा हब ऑफ लर्निंग था, जब मंगोल्स आए और उन्होंने फिर सैक कर लिया बगदाद को, रूलर को मारा, और फिर जो टिग्रिस और यूरोफ्रेट्स थे, they were the 2 rivers. One was flowing with blood of the people which were so much killed by the Mongols. If you want to see history, we know that how much the Mongols were barbarians. And one was black from the ink of the books which were thrown in the river. So जब वो गए बगदाद में, फिर 18 साल के एज में उन्होंने किताबें लिखना शुरू हो गए. उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा किताबें लिखी, 50 से ज़्यादा किताबें लिखी, which are relating from fiqh to different and daily matters in Islam, and but his fame chiefly rests upon Al-Arba'in Al-Nawawi and Ar-Riyad Al-Salihin, and those both are collections of ahadith, and those are very famous. Imam Al-Nawawi wrote these books, and he wrote a lot of pages every day. He used to write at least 40 pages every day, and that is from the age of 18 until the day he died, which is on the age of 45. So if we see, from 40 pages every day he wrote from the age of 18 to the age of 45 till the day he died, that is a lot of number of pages. That must be over 10,000 pages which he wrote, and that is a very splendid achievement. And one book he wrote, Al-Majmu'a, that is, I know that for a fact that he actually died before he finished Al-Majmu'a, and that book within itself is thousands of pages long. And Imam Al-Nawawi, he has been the ringleader in numerous works about different matters, Imam Al-Nawawi. And he has collected Al-Arba'in Al-Nawawi, which are very famous ahadith. And it is also said, one of the famous scholars have said, that the three ahadith which Islam revolve around them, those are, for the first ahadith which is collected in the Arba'in Al-Nawawi, which is narrated by Abu Hafs Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that innamal a'malu binniyat. The second one, which is also narrated by Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, that man ahdatha fi amrina ma hadha ma laysa minhu fahuwa raddun. Whoever interferes in this matter of ours, he is not from us. And the next hadith, the last hadith from Abdullah, narrated from Abdullah ibn Nu'man ibn Bashir, which is innal halala bayyin wa innal harama bayyin. And these three ahadith are mentioned in Imam Al-Nawawi's Al-Arba'in Al-Nawawi, which is inshallah we will cover them later on. Imam Al-Nawawi wrote a lot, and he used to read a lot, and he was also engaged in amounts of nawafil and tahajjud, and he also used to pray 5 prayers a day. He lived a life of simplicity and knowledge. And after 20 years, he came back one day to his hometown at the age of 45 in Nawa, and he suddenly fell ill and died at the age of 45 in Nawa. He just lived a very simple life and a very short life, but he just left a big impression upon the world. It is not your age but it matters, it is just your impression. तो नाज़रीन मोहतरम, ब्रेक का वक्त आ गया है और इंशाल्लाह ब्रेक के बाद मिलेंगे. स्टे ट्यून्ड.